Now, Barbara, you were so affected by this movie that you actually changed your name for a little while. Can you talk about that?
Yes, for a 2-year period, yes. You can't train seagulls. They had to capture seagulls and tie them up and manipulate them to do things in the scenes. And there was one seagull in particular who was more photogenic, more spirit. It was just a special bird. And I was fascinated by her. And like I could look in her eyes, and though she was tied up with this filament, I could see that she was totally free. She was totally wild. I thought, oh, if I'm ever tortured, I have to remember that. They couldn't touch her. And so I learned things with her, and the Wranglers noticed that, and they called her Barbara Seagull, and they even put her on the call sheet. Do you remember that? And in the scene, when I throw the bird into the air and it lands funny, that really was happening. She really was traumatized. And I was 19 years old. To stop shooting is a huge thing. A little budget movie and dollars going by with every second. And I said to Frank, kind of meekly, I think she's not landing well, and can we switch another bird? And he said, no, we're going to go with more takes. So we did a few more, and I said, really, I want to stop. I want to get another bird. And he said, no, we're just going to do one more time. Just do it. And I remember picking her up and seeing sand in her eye, and I threw her in the air, and I turned away from the camera and burst into tears, and I had killed her. And I remember Frank saying, oh, well, it's immortalized on film, and which didn't sit well.
Like us now.
And so I felt this at the time. Now I'm looking at it, I'm 19 years old, I'm very guilt-ridden by this. And I felt to myself that she injured me, that I became Barbara Seagull. And then I felt in my naivete that I had to make it public. I had to be brave about it and call myself Barbara Seagull. And I remember going to my agents at William Morris and telling them this, and they didn't blink, they didn't say anything. But I learned a quite graphic lesson that if something happens to you personally, keep it personal. You don't have to make it public. It'll destroy it for you personally. But that's why I was Barbara Seagull for 2 years.
You keep it private so you're not asked about it 60 years later.
Yes,
right. When I was a little kid, I thought it was beautiful that you called yourself Barbara Seagull at the time.
Did you know why I did that?
I always heard it was because you were attached to the seagull in the movie.